I'm Tamar Everson, and I'm a senior penetration tester with Arcanum, and I've been working in the cybersecurity industry for 4 to 5 years right now. Mostly my job is to identify security issues in systems such as websites or infrastructure, or other kind of bespoke or other kind of tools and technologies. So there's kind of two components to that. There is the technical side of identifying the issues and working out how they should be remediated. And then there's the kind of communication or people side of it, where we need to write a report or have a telephone call with a client to outline what the issue is we found, what the risk of that is to their business, and how they could go about addressing it. So with clients, I always try and listen to exactly what it is they're concerned about. So if I'm looking for issues, I'll try and work out kind of which threat actors are maybe targeting them. So is it kind of script kiddies? Is it nation states trying to attack them? Or is it somewhere in between? And try and target kind of my work to identify the sort of issues that are most likely to be exploited by their biggest target threat. And then within the company, it's kind of working out ways that I can improve the way we do our work. So can I write a small tool that helps to do something a little bit quicker? Can I kind of start up writing issues to have kind of a stock library that we can work on and that sort of thing? So there's a few different things which I really like. The first one is the multitude of technologies that I get to see as a pen tester. Because I work on the consultancy side rather than directly for a large organization doing internal testing, I can be testing like a Windows server one day, and then I can be testing a PHP web application the next day, and then I can be looking at a cloud system the day after. That sort of thing. So kind of every day I get to see new or different technologies. The other aspect I really like is, again, being a consultant rather than in-house somewhere. I get to meet so many different people and so many different security teams around the country and to a point the world as well. So you get to see how different organizations approach security, how they'll kind of take your report and action it, and kind of just you get to see so many different aspects of the industry. So the main one I hold is the CREST CRT qualification. I would have liked to be holding the CREST CCT as well, but COVID kind of got in the way of sitting exams. And then I've got a degree in digital security as well, a Bachelor of Engineering. So a big thing for me is that CREST CCT exam. It demonstrates that you are leading kind of complex engagements rather than just participating in them, which is stuff I've been doing for a couple of years now anyway. It'd just be nice to get a piece of paper to back that up. It's kind of a double-sided one, this one. I travel quite a lot for work, normally, again, other than with COVID, I'm normally traveling a lot for work around the country. To a point, I really like that because I get to see new places. But to a point, you don't actually get to see much of the places often. You kind of go into a client site, you arrive there for 9 o'clock, you leave at 5:30, and then you kind of find a restaurant for dinner, and by then it's kind of the end of the day and you're traveling back home again at the weekends. So you don't, as much as you do travel, you don't always get to see as much as you'd like in the places you do go. And also it's perhaps not a lifestyle that's for everyone, in that you're eating in hotels a lot, so you need to be mindful as to kind of what you eat and so on. But that's also a good thing as well, in that it is nice to be able to travel. So probably the 3 biggest tools for pen testing is Burp Suite, which is used as a proxy, which is generally used in web app testing. Tools such as Nmap, which are used for infrastructure testing, and Nessus, which can help you find a lot of the, we call it low-hanging fruit or easy vulnerabilities. And then there's more kind of common day-to-day tools such as Microsoft Word for writing reports, and just things like Notepad or Notepad++ just to take notes in as well. So the most important one I'd say that I use is communication. So having the ability to, so we deal with some very technically complex things and technologies, and being able to translate the issues and vulnerabilities we find into language that everyone can understand. So that if we're talking to like a senior executive, they understand what the impact of the issue we have identified is, and whether they need to address it urgently or whether it is something that can be fixed in a few weeks down the line. And that's both written and verbal communication. So talking on the phone to clients and actually physically writing reports, which I'll read as well. That's probably the biggest kind of soft skill that I see. Having said that, reporting is definitely one of the most important soft skills. Having kind of a background in knowing how computers work and so on, so kind of like a development background or whatever is really useful. But you can learn technology, whereas communication is something which you can't necessarily learn as easily or as well. So I don't know, there's a few different things which have been very good. There's things such as conducting a physical pen test where I successfully broke into an office building with their permission, just only 2 of their senior executives knew that I was allowed to be there. So successfully infiltrating the company and plugging in at a desk was a very good, hands-on, wow, I've actually managed to do this sort of thing. And then you've got things like, I've been fortunate enough to work in some kind of cross-disciplinary teams for a number of occasions. So working with the pen test team that I am, and instant response or forensic teams and architecture teams, and seeing how all the different pieces of a puzzle work together to build systems. And again, working with some massive organizations and seeing how my security can feed into FTSE 100 companies, right down to working with tiny companies who have only set up shop in the last year, and kind of just seeing the impact I can have on improving security is probably the thing I'm happiest about.